So I keep the tripod. It's very stable there. So you get a stable initial stability. So we can get a good primary stability. I use this concept, tripod. So in precedence, now I do the preparation. Always I keep this concept. And then now we see, we put the bone graft, the membrane, and here put the tourniquet. To stabilize the membrane. Put the bone graft. This bone graft is resorbable at long term. And then finish. So we look at the follow-up. This is just after the surgery. This is the bone graft. This is the basal bone. Let's say after 7 days, after 3 weeks. At this moment, I put the patient a provisional crown. You don't worry, you just put a provisional crown. But you have to note that you have to avoid the heavy contact. You have out of contact, the occlusion. You have to out of contact. So this is 3 weeks later. Okay, sorry. Okay. After 8 months. And at this moment also is a provisional. We not finish the final processes. Months, we finish the final crown. And after 3 years, this is finished in the 2013. So after 3 years, it is still very stable. The soft tissue profiles and the bone level profiles is good. So this is very typical. I give me the force and give me the confidence when I do the present. I use 2-piece implant. Really, that is very simple because you can finish 1-piece implant. 2 pieces the same. You just put the abutment, you screw it together. The 2 piece become to 1 piece. It's right, the concept. The same, very thin bone graft, the one, and okay, you can finish. The same, even this. In this situation, maybe you can avoid to put the membrane. You can put the membrane. Because they are, just like a box there, you can keep the bone graft there. This is a tripod engage. 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, tripod engage. So you can finish very good. 9 months later, this is finish the final processes. can just anchor SB to two-piece implant. The same concept. If you can do one piece, why you cannot do two piece? You just place the abutment and set it together. So you see, challenge me to play game. You see, we have a little force to fix the final abutment, and we place the grafting, and this is the after the surgery. 6 months later, one operation implantology. We have sold this 3 months. The same one piece, and I'd like to show you this one piece implant I designed Tony one piece implant. I designed this implant, one piece implant. You see, the taper, the SLA, and this is a very long shaft of the platform switch, and then we put it inside, and this a little bone graft, no put any the membrane, and this is the very fine, this very good result. I call this is a Tony one piece implant. Really, because I know the key point. Where is the key point? Where I have to do this? In this case, only one operation. Nothing to do, just put it and just a little bone graft. After 3 months later, you look at it, wonderful, it's right. Compared to the conventional, my competitive is more competitive. If you have the college in the other clinical business, the same one piece implant, the same very good result. It's right. So you don't wonder what happened in this very difficult situation. You look at this incisor is flare out. Take a immediate, and I put the one piece implant, the bone graft, and then here, Tony one piece implant. 10 days, the provisional crown. 5 months later, why not? It's right. Really, we see this difficult situation, and then we can finish the section. You see, also I say this is my love. You see, so think of this ridge. I use this very cutting efficiency is very good, very capability of the cutting. We can keep the direction. We can give a primary initial channel, just like a channel, guide channel. Always we keep tripod engaged. This is 1 point, 2 point, and 3rd point inside. I use this first pioneer bird of drill. I create this channel. You see, bigger and bigger. Mostly I drill by this drilling. 3.8 millimeter twist drill. That is the last drill. It means I will use 3.5 millimeter diameter of the fixture, 3.5 millimeter and 11 millimeter length. You see, this is the key point. We have to get every steady the stability. And after this, the same, we use the same technique, and we put, you look, we keep that direction. If the implant direction is not correct, we can use the angled abutment to correct the implant direction. And this is the collagen membrane. And I mark the orifice here. And we use the punch, rubber dam punch. And we put 2 holes. And you see the membrane. And I think you understand. Next step, I will put fat. What I will put? Tonic cap. You see, very easy. You just pull it in. You see, just put. The tonic cap to fix the membrane. And I put back the membrane. And I finish the surgery, one-time surgery, one operation. And this is after 4 years later, the CT check. You see, the graft inside, the graft in the buccal enlarged 4 years later. But sorry, I know no clinical overview. In this case, I not find that. But this is 4 years later, the CT X-ray. So now I let you see more cases about this. Oh no, this is the important. Like this case. No. Okay. Okay, jump up this. This is dehiscence, is right? Dehiscence. And after 7 months later, we finish the final processes. You look at, this is graft inside, graft. Put the graft in. And this literature report just want to support what I did. This literature, they said the effect of loading in regenerated bone in dehiscence defect. Just like you saw that is dehiscence. It's right, the bone buccal side dehiscence. And we combined combined approach of the bone graft, grafting, and the GPR. And they want to evaluate by the biological the effect of loading on the regenerated bone at the dehiscence type defect around the implant when treat with a combined approach of bone grafting and guided bone regeneration. That means, just like my way, I do this. So, the conclusion, they said, immediate loading may have positive effect on bone to implant contact in implant inserted in pristine bone. Pristine means the natural bone. It's natural bone. Or insert in dehiscence site and treated by grafting or no grafting. Positive effect. Positive. That means it's good. Just the last case, you see this, dehiscence site. We have bone graft here. You see, bone grafting. So the study, they support this is not the wrong way. This is a right way, not the wrong way. You can do this because their study, they support. This is positive effect, you know. So, so the last, we have a very, very important, we have mentioned this, the key point of success in TSCT, in one operation implantology. Even in one piece, even in now present, we use two pieces the same. The key point of success is obtained steady initial stability. This is very important. And all the literatures support this. But there is only one word is important. Ethical initial stability was the key factor for succeed. After all the studies from 2000 or 2000 more, 2000 early time, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, they all find this is a very important fact. Not until so far they find. Before maybe 20 years ago, the studies review the researchers, they tell this is the important, is key point is we have to reach the initial stability. Now, as I did mention to you about the common method to assess the primary stability. How do you check? How do you evaluate what is your primary stability? Very common way we use to this. We use to measure. This method is very simple. Every surgical kit we have this range, torque range. You see, after this implant insert to the final position, and we use this. The range torque, they have the scale marker here, and you can see how much of the insertion torque value. This is 70, and this is maybe the 60, 70, 80, and this is unlimited. So you can understand, but the criteria don't less than 40. If you less than 40, that means you cannot the immediate loading. That means you have to wait. Okay. And the other ways, very common, we use this RFA. That means resonance frequency analysis. The value, the quantities, they say the ISQ. ISQ has a meter here, and we just after we have put a pole here, and we no touch. We just have some the waiver and the touch, and they feedback, and they can have a value here, ISQ value, and they give the suggestion. If your US key higher than 70. Is higher stability. You can do the single, one stage, immediate, and so on. And if you are the 65 more, and you can the partial 1 or 2 stage earlier loading. And if you less than the 60, maybe they suggest you have to do the 2 stage. Maybe you have to wait, and that's all. So we have reference is the value, and you can, because if you know experience. But now I have this experience. I only depend on what insertion torque I can decide. I make the one stage immediate loading, or I have to do the 2-stage. Because the ISQ is the higher ISQ value, the higher stability, and the higher ISQ, that means the higher initial torque. And the factor, there are several factors will impact the primary stability. The first one, you have to patient's bone quality. But this factor you cannot control, you cannot ask, because this is a patient's body, this is a patient's bone. You cannot ask, I like this, I like this. No, there's no way. You just accept. And this is implant side bone density. If from this side to this side, you look, this is a D1 bone, this is maybe D4 bone. So from D1 to D4, different bone quality, different osteotomy to achieve stable stability. And the second factor impact the primary stability. The implant geometry, the straight profile and the surface preparation. This factor you can select. You can ask, I want this, I don't want this, I like this, I don't like this. You have the choice to select. Like this, you can select the implant geometry, and you can select the straight profile. Also, you can select the surface preparation, SLA or double SLA, or even the smooth. And the different implant design to impact the primary stability. Your implant select impact you to get primary stability. That means if you have a right selection, this factor, and you can easy to get primary stability. And the third also is very important. You cannot one step to the up, because experience. Surgical osteotomy preparation, you have the experience. Like this, I like to play golf. Your experience and the skill impact you to get primary stability. Do you know what happened here? I play golf. So every time when you put into the hole, do you know how is your chance? Professional, maybe 10 times they get in, 8 or 9 times they get in. If you are a beginner, experience, maybe you put 10 times, maybe only in 1 or 2. This is very important. You have more and more practice, and then you can become a master. It's right. Just like this, I think we have the last. This is the last. I think from the operation, you want to reach the destination, or want to this the goal, the TSCT one operation implantology. The key request, we have the initial stability is right. So because of the bone quality, you cannot ask what the bone quality. You just can define what is the bone quality, and then impact by these factors. You can select implant design, the implant geometry, straight profile, surface preparation. All these factors you can select. You can select the anchors, anchor SB2 implant. Their design is very well and very fine, and surface preparation is also very good. And the rate, bone density, thickness, and the surgical protocol, osteotomy preparation. You cannot ask this, because this is dependent in patient's body, depends patient's bone, and the experience depends how you put the practice and you accumulate your experience. So if you cannot reach steady stability, don't worry, because you have it the other way. You have it the other way, you can submerge. You're back to the two-stage method. You just complete submerge, and then you're waiting 4 months later, and you use traditional two-stage method. And if you can reach the steady initial stability, so you go ahead, you can do the 21 operation protocol. You directly put the implant abutments, and you keep ahead, you put the tourniquet and finish. That's all. Because you have the good primary stability, and you get the succeed. And you're waiting more time, and you also can get the succeed. And how much is the rate? When you are a beginner, maybe you reach this site, maybe you only 30%. Only, in your case, maybe you only 30%. But after a year and after years, practice, and then you will become this side maybe 60%, 70%. Now in my level, I say 80%. 80%. I can say in 100% no, because it depends on the patient's the bone quality. You can ask a patient what bone and what bone. So in my experience, if you can reach to 60%, it's better. It's okay. So I just finished the morning's lecture. I think after lunch we have the last section. I will tell some I think maybe you were interested about the full arch dental implant reconstruction by TSCT. Always is my way. Okay, how I performed one operation in full arch reconstruction, and also do my way. My way is what? Simple. It's right. So, thank you very much for your attention. This morning's section. Okay. Thank you.